Chopper 13 over the northwest Baltimore neighborhood shaken by a deadly blast yesterday morning. Now, more than 24 hours later, investigators are still trying to figure out how this happened. Hello, everyone. I'm Vic Carter.
And I'm Rick Ritter. Now, a second victim was pulled from the rubble overnight. 7 others rescued who are now recovering, some from critical injuries. New video captures the moment the home along Labyrinth Road exploded, leveling 3 other homes and damaging so many others in that area. Tonight, BGE tells us they think an issue with customer equipment may be to blame. And we have live team coverage tonight. Many of the same reporters who were on the scene all day yesterday bringing you those emotional stories. Let's begin with Avajoy Burnett tonight and what we're learning about the victims. Avajoy.
Well, Rick, as fire crews continue to investigate the cause of that deadly blast, we're now learning more about some of the victims. Earlier today, Morgan State University announced one of those victims was one of their students, a rising sophomore. His name, Joseph Graham.
It was heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Morgan State University has confirmed one of their students has died after a gas explosion leveled 3 homes in West Baltimore. The university identified the student as Joseph Graham. He was about to start his sophomore year of college. His body was pulled from the rubble late last night. One woman told WJZ a man kept returning to the scene all day Monday, waiting for them to find his nephew.
And I told him, I said, oh my God, I'm praying for you, your family, and especially your nephew. Because this happened 9-something in the morning, and 7:30, 8 o'clock, they still weren't able to find him.
After several injuries and now 2 deaths, the fire department said this is now a recovery mission.
It was a really tough time for the community, for the residents in this neighborhood, and for the members of the fire department.
The blast on Labyrinth Road was captured on this doorbell camera. It demolished 3 homes and destroyed dozens more. The impact jolted buildings blocks away.
I don't know how to describe it because it's something that I've never, ever witnessed in my lifetime.
BGE said no leaks are reported in the last 5 years, and during a routine inspection in the summer of 2019, all systems were clear. Crews were here once again on Monday, and the company said they found no issues on their side of the equipment. They've turned over gas and electricity data to investigators for additional review.
As of right now, it appears that the issue is on the customer side of the meter. That data is being analyzed right now.
Today, residents continue to repair dozens of homes that were damaged as family members mourn 2 lives lost.
Material things can be replaced, homes can be replaced, lives can't.
The Office of Emergency Management has been on the scene all day today. They will be removing the debris so that residents here can get more access to their block. Live at 6, Avajoy Burnett for WJZ.
Avajoy, thank you. We have heard so many stories of neighbors rushing to help before police and crews even arrive. All right, let's bring in Paul Gessler now. Paul, you spoke to many of those people and you are sharing their stories tonight.
Yeah, Rick. Hi, Vic, to you as well. Council President Brandon Scott referred this morning to the true spirit of Baltimore. He was talking in part due to the heroism of the people here on scene, the neighbors and those who rushed to the explosion site before first responders. This is how they describe the rescue effort in their words.
And all I heard was boom, and my house shook.
It was catastrophic. It was like a bomb.
And it literally shook the ground to the point where I thought it was an earthquake.
Chaos.
Our windows are shattered, and then I went outside and saw what happened.
My nephew was in the basement when the whole thing went down, where my sister and my niece, they were on the top floors.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
And I had no shoes. Somebody had to bring me my shoes.
This man ran with no shoes on.
I took off running down the street.
I just saw the house flattened, just all debris and rubble and furniture. That's all you seen.
Telephone poles split. I mean, houses down the block, broken glass.
And I could hear my neighbors yelling, I'm in here, help, help.
And we started calling out, is anybody in there, is anybody in there? And I could hear like a voice, like, help, help.
Everybody was trying to do their part. We had an assembly line going on.
I was in a car accident not too long ago, but I was down there digging people out, so that's why my back is hurting.
They're just throwing bricks and debris trying to get to them.
Yeah, I went in, I grabbed my stuff, trying to locate people. I heard somebody, a guy that I was with yesterday that walked me up here was one of the people that was underneath of the house.
It was a few of us trying to to dig him out.
And they had to dig him out. So the 3 of them are doing fine.
And I just kept saying to everybody, pray, y'all, pray, let's pray, and let's get him out of here, let's move him.
That's crazy thing, because I was praying while I was dead, too. But when I first got there, I was praying, and then when a firefighter was dead, I was praying.
You want people to get out alive. You don't want to see any casualties.
Some people got saved, some people didn't. That's what just kind of kills my spirit, you know, because you can't save everybody back.
I mean, that's people caring about people.
There's still good people out here in the world. Everybody that was helping was good people.
They're angels, and we all have angels looking upon us, and they were able to see a situation, and they leaped in.
The last voice you heard from in that story was Ray Daniels. He told me about an hour and 10 minutes ago that all 3 of his family members who were treated are now out of the hospital tonight. One of the women involved in the rescue effort yesterday had to be treated herself because of back injuries. Another man who went in, who had the White Sox cap on, he's been on crutches since February and remains on them. Those are just some examples of the selflessness and heroism coming from this scene Monday. Back to you guys.
They're amazing. Powerful stories, Paul. Thank you. Rachel Menentalk joins us now. Obviously, so many homes were damaged by this blast.
Most definitely. Rachel, you spoke to people in the neighborhood cleaning up the mess left behind.
That's right, Rick and Vic. We're on an adjacent street to the site of the explosion, and you can see behind us several of these homes had their windows blown out. The windows are now boarded up. The explosion so powerful that it damaged homes even just 1 block away. And we spoke to a woman who lives in this home over here, Taikisha Teal. She tells us that some of these homes also sustained structural damage, which is evident by cracks in the walls and ceilings inside. She says families with small children live in a lot of these homes, and that's why it was so important to clean up the shattered glass and remove any hazardous debris. You can see there's 1 BGE car here on scene, and emergency services vehicles are also along this street and a couple of the side streets surveying the damage and making temporary repairs. We also saw a couple of people out here taking pictures of the damage to send over to their insurance companies.
You wouldn't have heard any glass breaking. You wouldn't have heard anybody screaming. It was that big of a loud noise, and the rupture, you could feel, I felt like my neighbor's house shaking. So I felt the house lift up and just like shake, like almost similar to an earthquake, but not as quite. We reached out to our insurance company. They actually came out yesterday, had someone come in. They were courteous enough to tell us that we didn't have to worry about too much of a cost, and the way to an investigation was done, so that way they can properly assess the whole situation. And now we're just waiting for an adjuster.
And Taikisha tells us that the Red Cross was over here and offered hotels to anyone whose homes were damaged. And her story, she shares a similar story with about 200 other people who have been impacted by this major explosion. For now, we're live in Northwest Baltimore. I'm Rachel Menentalk for WJZ.
Rachel, thank you. From the neighborhood to the nearby Reisterstown Road Plaza.
Rachel Carden continues our live team coverage tonight from there with the incredible story of a woman using her second chance to help out her neighbors. Rachel.
That's right, Rick and Vic. Let me step out of the way so you can see the multiple community organizations out here. We've got the Red Cross, we have FEMA giving out water, we also have World Central Kitchen, many community organizations coming together. We've got the cooling centers, people donating everything they can to help a neighborhood that's been through an unthinkable tragedy.
It looked like someone had dropped a bomb. I'm not going to believe the sight. It was just horrific.
That horrific sight, the need to help, drove Bernard Arrington to show up here with donations for people he's never met.
I can't imagine the loss of life and the loss of the homes and property.
3 homes leveled, dozens more damage after a massive gas explosion rocked this Northwest Baltimore neighborhood. Now, those who lost so much are getting the help they need as people from all over the area come together to give back.
Find out where the need is and go and provide whatever it is. It might not be much, but a little bit can be a lot when a lot of people are bringing that together.
Monday, the Red Cross sprang to action, providing mass care, food, water, Gatorade, and other immediate resources. On day 2, they're trying to help victims look ahead.
This is a rallying point for the community. It's a place for people to get information. We have mental health volunteers that are just walking, talking to folks, seeing how they're doing.
If you want to help, the Red Cross urges you to donate money. Because of the health crisis, they say you can go online or call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
The donation of products, clothing, things of that nature, particularly in this COVID environment, are very difficult because then all the clothing has to be washed and processed, and that's very labor intensive.
Again, redcross.org if you want to make a donation, 1-800-RED-CROSS. Now, coming up at 7 o'clock tonight, you'll hear from a woman who says she was outside in the area of that blast moments before the homes were leveled. She has an incredible story about what she's doing today to give back, even though she's lived through so much. We're live at the Reisterstown Road Plaza tonight at 6. I'm Rachel Cardin for WJZ.
Rachel, thank you, and stay with WJZ as we continue to follow the investigation into this deadly explosion. We'll bring you the stories of survivors and neighbors stepping up to help both on air and online.